Hi everyone, and welcome to our Facebook Live for this week, a day earlier than normal. Just going to give this a minute here and refresh my page, make sure I'm live for all of you, and going to just wait until I have a couple of you in commenting and telling me hello. So again, I know that I'm a day early, so if you are not able to catch me live today, hopefully you have time to watch the replay tomorrow. So anyway, but yes, I had to go live with you all tonight as we have an event tomorrow that I'll be talking about here in just a minute. So again, as you come on, please comment and tell me hello. Hello, Shireen. How are you? So anyway, yes, welcome to our Facebook Live on a Thursday night or Wednesday night instead of Thursday. So this week on Thursday, we have our 4-H awards banquet, and we found out about a week ago that Claire is getting an award for one of her projects that she took. And we know that it's either in the swine category or in the poultry category. So we don't know for sure which one she's going to be getting, but we want to be at the event to be able to see her get her award. So that is why I am live with you guys last night. And short notice, I apologize, but that's why you get me tonight, instead of tomorrow night. So anyway, if you are joining me, please comment, tell me hello, make sure you do your sharing. And I know that I may not have as many of you tonight, but you can always watch the replay tomorrow because it is a great presentation that I have for you tonight and showing you how I made some awesome things with this beautiful bundle. So a few things I have in the way of announcements before I get started. We had homecoming this last weekend. So I did post pictures of Claire in her beautiful dress, and she looked absolutely gorgeous. Hello, Donna. And so we had homecoming this weekend. So that was, the whole weekend was crazy busy with homecoming. We had Friday night, Friday she had the game, she had the pep assembly, and she danced with her dance team in the pep assembly. She had the parade that she was in. And then I was supposed to go to the Thumb for a class on Saturday, and we ended up having to cancel that. And I'm here to tell you all things happen for a reason. It ended up being really, really foggy here on Saturday morning, so I probably would have not felt comfortable driving the 2 hours to the Thumb. But on top of that, we had one of our hedgehogs, and it was the family favorite, pass away Friday night. So after Claire got home from the football game, she went to feed Taffy. Taffy is the one that was featured on Dr. Pohl. So she went to feed Taffy, and we knew that Taffy was close to the end of life about 4 months ago. We've been living on borrowed time, but Taffy was very lethargic in her cage, and so Claire knew that it wasn't long, and she got her out of the cage and sat with her until she passed, until 2:30 in the morning. And so she passed away, and so and then she ended up having to go for her hair appointment early on Saturday. And so it really didn't process that Taffy had passed until Sunday night after her crazy busy weekend was done. And she had a good cry, which was good. I was concerned that she hadn't cried yet. But anyway, so we did lose Taffy, our hedgehog, but she was at the end of her life. Her lifespan's about 5 to 7 years. The sad part is this is the hedgehog that kind of helped with through the whole pandemic, and my girls got really close to their first original hedgehogs that we've purchased. The rest have all been refugees that we've taken in. So both girls in the last 2 or 3 months have lost their hedgehog that they started with. But I'm just glad that Claire was home. We were really worried that Taffy would pass when Claire was in Europe earlier this summer, and she didn't. She held out. But I was like, did you have to pick homecoming weekend? But anyway, we survived, and so we still have Natalie has one, Hazel, that's with her at her apartment, and then we have Mochi, which is Claire's other. So those two are ones that we took in from different people. So they each still have one hedgehog. So from 5, we're down to 2, and I think we're going to keep it that way for now, especially with girls getting older and getting into different activities and things. Although I know Claire would love a second one, another little baby, but I told her she has to wait a little while at least. So anyway, other than that, homecoming was great. I posted pictures. And yes, I know some of you commented that she's a itty bitty compared to her boyfriend Jason, and absolutely. He is like 6'4", and Claire is 4'7". So anyway, she ended up, it was so cute watching her try to pin his boutonniere on his jacket, and she couldn't get it on there. Thank you guys all for your comments. I appreciate it. But she couldn't get his boutonniere on because she couldn't reach it. So all of a sudden she went, "That's it." And we thought she was going to walk back in the house. We're all looking at her, and she went up on our porch and said, "Come here." So she stood on our porch so she could reach Jason to put his boutonniere on. And so I got some really cute pictures of that. But it was fun. They had a good night, and her and a few friends came over. Her and Jason and a couple of their friends came over afterwards for a little get together afterwards, and they played games and had fun here at the house. So homecoming was a huge success, other than, like I said, Taffy passing away on Friday night. But I'm glad that she was here. And like Claire said, I feel better knowing that her person was there with her, because Taffy definitely loved her Claire as well. So anyway, just fresh off the press, most of you are receiving your kits in the mail today for the Basement Bunch Monthly Club Kit, which was the All About Autumn. So your tutorial went out last night, well, minus the attachment, and I resent it out again this morning. So all the kits have gone out. If a few of you are local, I have it here. We'll coordinate a pickup time. Some of them I'm taking this next week to my team meeting. Just know that I have them, and I'll bring them and all that good stuff. So you will be able to get your your kit and stuff like that. So what I'm going to be showing you tonight is the Oh Holy Night bundle, which some of the components of this have been on back order. They come and they go, and they come and they go, because it's a pretty popular bundle. Keeping a good eye on it, though, to let you know when anything might be back in. I think right now it's just one of the paper. The ribbon and the stars are on back order, but due to come back in a couple weeks. I will tell you that if you're an active club member of mine, I was able to secure the ribbon and the stars that I'm using tonight in time for your kits. So you will get that product in your monthly kit. So yay, I was pretty excited about that. Okay, so before I go into anything else with classes and things like that, let's look about, oh, Lori, you and Joyce, I think, got yours when you were here for bingo. So you guys should have your kit already. Just thought about that. So I don't know if you remember that, but I'm pretty sure we gave you your guys' when you were here. All right. So anyway, for sharing, if you share my video, you get into the drawing for prizes, and I have a couple of winners from last week. So last week we had the adhesive back sequins, and we had some ribbon, and the winners of the adhesive back sequins, the winner is Beth Merkel. So congratulations to Beth. And I'll be seeing Beth the end of the month. So Beth, I might just hold those for you and give you a big hug in person. Beth's one of my team members, and she's coming to my team retreat from Ohio. So I'm excited to see her. And then the bolt of ribbon goes to Janet Corral. And Janet, I see you in a couple weeks. So I will probably just give you guys both that in person when I see you both. So congratulations to both of you. And then, Lori, you're funny. Up for grabs this week, we have the flat adhesive backed pearls and the pastel adhesive backed sequins. So those are what I'll be drawing winners for this next week. And then I do have a fall retreat that I am offering on October 13th and 14th. If you haven't signed up for it yet, I do have limited space available. I'm so excited that so many of you are interested in coming again, because I know I just did one again in September, but I had a good handful of you ask me when I was doing the next one, and I didn't really have anything big planned until my cystic fibrosis event in March. So I chose to add one onto the calendar in October. And so it's a great time for you to come work on your crafting projects. You can sew, you can crochet, you can make cards, you can scrapbook, anything that you want, but it's a great time to get your projects done before the holidays. The Friday hours are from 4 until 10. Saturday is from 9 until 7. This time, though, I am not providing a meal on Friday night. I'm trying to keep it a little bit more simpler, and I'm able to keep the price down a little bit for you. So the cost is $50 if you want to just come Saturday. It's $55 if you want to come both days. Asking you guys to bring a snack to share. You'll get an email from me with all of the details forthcoming. And then on Saturday, I'll be providing 2 meals, brunch and dinner, to kind of, again, keep it a little bit more easier. And I've been told I feed you guys too much food sometimes. So I'm going to give this a try and see how it goes to help kind of contain costs and still make it a fun and amazing event. So if you're interested in that, the registration is still open, or you can message me. I am also offering it as a retreat to go, where you can get the make and takes, which are fall themed, using the Pick of the Patch bundle from our catalog. You can get those in the mail with a little goodie bag of product, all that great stuff as well. So wanted to make sure you guys knew about that. My fall classes are designed, they're just not open for registration yet, but I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what they are. So one is a fall themed class. Is using the Fruitful Blessings bundle with some of the designer series paper from the All About Autumn that I was able to get my hands on before it went on back order. So that is the class, one of the classes. And then another one is Cheers to the Season, which I'm kind of calling it my festive class, because that Cheers to the Season stamp set, I posted a sneak peek of the card, but I haven't shared, or of the stamp set, but I haven't shared the cards yet. But there's a fall themed stamp in there that's a leaf. There's a like a champagne glass that says Cheers, which is a great like New Year card. And then there's some a Christmas stamp in there as well. So it's kind of a little bit of everything. And so that will be a class that I'm offering next month. And then my third regular class is is using the Sending Cheer bundle, which is the one that includes the stocking, the gingerbread person, and what else is in there? A little gift box and stuff. And so I paired that with the Walk in the Forest designer series paper, and the cards turned out really, really cute. Hello, Courtney. So those are the 3 classes that are going to be opening up. And then what you're going to be seeing tonight is my Basement Bunch, the BB Monthly Club. So if you are interested in this class, the registration does close on this on the 15th of October, which is why I'm showcasing it now. And so if you're interested in this, message me, let me know. I do have it set up where you can pay for it through PayPal on a reoccurring subscription. I know some of you don't do PayPal, so you can also give me a credit card that I charge every month that you want to do the club, or some of you do Venmo. I'm willing to work with you on the payment method that's easiest for you. So just let me know if that's something you need to work around, and I'd be happy to do that with you. The other announcement is, so those of you that come to my house for my regular classes, you've always had 3 classes to pick from. Beginning the first of the year in January, I'm going to be cutting that down to 2 card classes instead of 3 to allow me a little bit more time to offer an additional, what I call specialized class. I'm going to start looking at classes and offering things that are specific for like sympathy, or specific for baby, or specific for, events, anniversary. As I'm looking through my own card stash and people ask me for a baby card, I'm like, I don't have a lot of baby cards. Or people ask me for sympathy, I do stock up on, or like a get well card or an encouragement card. And so I was going to design a class with that about a month ago and decided to hold on that till after the first of the year. So my regular classes are just going to be 2 of them, and then I'll have one that's a specialized, and then I'll also have my monthly card club. So this is the kind of my new approach. And those specialized classes might be like every other month. I haven't really figured out a duration, but I'm trying to change things a little bit as we start a new year. And if you guys have any ideas of things that you would like me to do or offer, please let me know. I did have a request to start getting back into some of my framed art, and I kind of got away from that over the last year or 2. So I'll be looking at that as well, and look at offering a framed art or a home decor type class down the road as well. So anyway, with that, I also have just a couple more things to mention, and then we're going to get started. There's an amazing starter kit join promotion going on right now. And I always say this, oh my gosh, you guys need to take advantage of it. But this one is phenomenal. So to celebrate Stampin' Up's 35th anniversary, they have come up with a unique way to offer the starter kit. Now, the starter kit is a risk-free kit, meaning you can make the purchase and not do anything additional if you don't want to. There is the option there for you if you wanted to, but you don't have to do anything additional. However, you do get a permanent discount as long as you're active on your own product, okay? So, and the neat thing is I'd be more than happy to to help you do your starter kit promotion purchase so that it wouldn't feel intimidating at all, because this one is phenomenal. So to commemorate Stampin' Up's 35th anniversary, they are offering the starter kit in 2 ways. One way is that you can get the starter kit 35% off, or you can get the starter kit with 35% additional product. So let me explain to you. If you were to purchase the starter kit where you pick out $125 of product, you only pay $68 and I think it's 35 cents. So you would get $125 in product and pay $68 instead of the normal $99. You still get free shipping and you do have to pay tax though. So that's a huge, huge, huge deal. Even if you just buy adhesive, you can get $125 of adhesive for $68. Okay, so that is the 35% off option. The 35% additional option is if you were to pick out or pay the $99 plus tax, you get $168 of product. So you can pay the normal price, $99. Here in Michigan with tax, it comes to $104.94, and get $168 of product. So I will be reaching out to a lot of you to say, hey, consider taking advantage of this. If your wish list is long, if you do a lot of crafting, and the neat thing is when you do this, you are not obligated. You'll be active automatically for 7 months to be able to participate in various team events and activities that I provide. We have a Facebook group specific for my team. We've got amazing friendships that have built through that. And so I encourage you guys to consider that. It's a great deal, a great way to get product, and there's no obligation for you to do anything additional. If you don't do anything additional, you simply drop off after 7 months. But it also gives you an opportunity for a few months, if you wanted to put your own orders in and get the discount of 20%, you could. Okay, so if you would like more information about that, please let me know. I am going to be reaching out to a good number of you and saying, hey guys, come on. This is like really what you should consider doing because you get lots of product. All right. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we have online exclusives coming out in November. And I'm going to kind of elaborate on what I mean by online exclusives. So online exclusives does not mean you have to buy them online. It simply means you have to view them online. And we as demonstrators were able to pre-order a little bit of them just yesterday. I did get one bundle, and I think I got some of the glimmer paper that's available for pre-order. So I will be showcasing that bundle in November, but I couldn't get it all because I gotta put my own self on a budget, right? But anyway, I will be showcasing that as well. And online exclusives go live for our customers the beginning of November. I think it's like the 2nd or 3rd. I'll have to get that date exactly. But you'll be seeing it in my upcoming newsletters. If you have not been subscribing to my emails, please consider doing it. I have the link everywhere to join my mailing list, or just go to kimsbasementbunch.com. A pop-up will come up for you to join, because on Tuesdays, I've been sending out what I call my Tuesday tidbits. It's the email that I send out that includes all of the stuff that Stampin' Up is offering, different events, free events like the World Card Making Day event that they're offering this Saturday. I talk to you about new kits that are coming out. I mention about Paper Pumpkin, the starter kit promotion, all kinds of things like that. And then on Friday, I've been sending out and I think I've missed a couple Fridays, so I'm sorry, but Fridays are usually the day that I send out what I call the Basement Bunch specific stuff. So any of my classes, my online bingo fun party that I do, my free tutorials, I send 2 free tutorials, that kind of stuff. So my emails are split into 2, and then I do send a few out during the week on specific classes and events and things that I have, okay? So if you have subscribed to my email list and you're not getting my emails, please check your junk folder. I use Constant Contact, which is an email system that some emails think it's spam, and I'm not spammy unless you guys maybe think I'm spammy sometimes. But anyway, so you just have to go into your junk email or your spam email and mark me as a safe sender, or say move to inbox, and your email will eventually get used to that behavior and start having me go right to your inbox. Okay, so that is the one thing that I wanted to mention. Okay, so with that, who is ready to see what I've got in store for you tonight? Again, this class that I'm going to be showcasing, except for the 1 3D project, is part of my my class, or my BB monthly club. And I refer to it as the BB because I'm the basement bunch, right? But this is a class in the mail, so we don't make it in the basement. So I've been referring to it as the BB club, okay, the BB monthly club. And it's been going over really well. I started it in January. And it is slowly seeing some pretty good growth, but it's a really good value. So for $38.50, that includes shipping, you guys. It includes the shipping. You receive all the supplies in the mail to make 8 cards with envelopes, with $20 being stuff that you get in product, and you get a cute little 3D project. Hint, hint, what you're going to be seeing tonight may or may not be your 3D project that you're going to be getting this next month in October. Okay, so with that, let me transition down. Look at you guys, you're all ready. I love it. And let's get started on this beautiful suite that is my favorite in the catalog. And I'll show you guys what my monthly kit will all include for the month of October. So with that, I'm going to transition my camera down and let's get started. Okay, I feel like I've been talking a lot tonight, but you know, I had a lot to say. Okay, so this is a little sneak peek. Whoop, my camera moved. A little sneak peek of what you're going to be seeing here tonight. And then I'm going to move it all the way here. Hi, Judy. I'm going to move it all shoop out of the way because I don't want you guys to see too much of it. But I'll let you see some cute product that you actually is on back order right now. But I was able to get this product. Let me just move my iPad over here so that I can still see comments and undo my cord. I was able to get this product when it was back in stock. So if you are part of my club, you will be getting a whole bolt of this beautiful ribbon. This is the Night of Navy ribbon, okay? And you will be getting a whole package of these stars. Woohoo! Is that not amazing? So if those were on your list and you're part of my club, guess what, guys? This is your product that you'll be getting. And so you always get product with my club. That is the neat thing. So the $38.50 includes the product, okay? So that is what we're going to be using tonight. Those are the embellishments and the ribbon as part of this product suite. And then what we have in addition to that is, let me bring my little catalog over here. This is actually the one I've been using because there's no glare on it. It's the one I printed. But in here we have the Night Divine bundle, which is a stamp set with a bunch of the Christian sayings and then a nativity scene. Then you also have the Stars at Night bundle. This is really cool because this includes a stamp set. It includes dies, and it also includes this embossing folder. Now, the neat thing is that this embossing folder is one of those hybrid ones where you can cut out the dies. These 3 dies are together. They're not separate. And I'm going to show you that in just a second. And then you can put that, you can emboss this. You can see those line right up. And then those are going to cut out those 3 and you're going to have an embossed image. And you're going to see me use that here in just a couple minutes. These are the 2 embellishments that come with this product suite. And then you have the Shining Brightly paper. Now this paper is currently on back order, but this paper, the Oh Holy Night, I believe is available as of last time that I looked. So this is just an amazing, amazing bundle. And I've had a lot of fun designing with it so far, okay? So let me show you the bundle in person here that I'm kind of talking about with the embossing folder. So first of all, we have the Night Divine. So this is the one that has all of the Christian sentiments, and the coordinating dies is the nativity. And with the nativity, let me get this embossing folder out of the way. Thank you, Philomena. I just got him done yesterday. And I actually walked in there with what I wanted, and he did exactly what I wanted. All right, so this is the nativity scene. You can see here you've got the manger scene. You've got all of the little animals, the shepherd, the camel. You got everything in here that you need to be able to do a nativity. And I am going to be doing a framed art project with that because it's so fun. I cannot wait to do that. I'm actually hoping to get that designed tonight. It didn't happen before my Facebook Live, but I think I'm going to make up for my live with other projects that I've done. And then you have the Stars at Night. So this is the stars. And then these are the coordinating dies. And so this is what I kind of wanted to show you. So this piece right here is comes 3, 2, they come together, so it's not individual. And you can see here that this lines right up. So if you were to emboss this and then cut this out, you would have your, and they look like this then, because I'm going to actually bring one in because I did it for a card. They look like this, okay? So that way you can emboss and cut, and they coordinate and look perfect. All right, so one of the nice little things about that a lot of people might not know. The other thing is that this die right here fits all of these little sentiments here perfectly. So I like that because I always like a die. Yes, it's just like the citrus one, Cindy. But I always like the dies that that do that, and the dies that come with, like when they have one or two that come with a bundle that goes with the sentiments. Makes it really nice. Okay, so those are the bundles that I used tonight on my cards. Now the designer series paper, I'm going to just kind of go through this really quick because I want to get into our projects. But this is the designer series paper. This is the Oh Holy Night 12 by 12 paper. And some of it is quite big. Like that would have to be what you would use for like scrapbook pages and things like that. And that one would be great for like a framed art. I'm going to actually turn it over here in just a minute and show you a little bit of the back side of it. So you get lots of different variety, and then you also get different colors. So like, I'm just gonna actually stop here because I wanna, like I said, I wanna get into our presentation. But on the back side, you have different colors. There's copper clay in here. So the different colors in the designer series paper are, let me see, basic black, boho blue, copper clay, crumb cake, misty moonlight, night of navy, pebbled path, and a very vanilla, okay? So that's some of the designer series paper. And then you also have what's called Shining Brightly, or Shining Bright, maybe, not Brightly. Shining Brightly, I was right, 12 by 12. Now this I know is currently not available, and I'm making a lot of noise to bring it out and show you guys it, but it's gorgeous. It is single-sided, but this paper is gorgeous as well. It has some of the gold right into it, and you will see that I did use this on a couple of my cards. This is probably one of the main product suites that I purchased right away, knowing that I wanted to do this for one of my clubs. So those are the designer series papers that are in that one, okay? All right, so let's get started with hi Marilyn, and thank you for the share. Let's get started with my first project. So some of you may have seen this, and yes, I'll be doing a class with this, but I don't have it opened up yet. But I made this gorgeous ornament. It's double-sided here, so if it turns on your tree, it's not going to matter. And I'm going to show you how easy this is to make. Is this not adorable? Now, this was actually kind of a case from the catalog that I figured out how to do on my own. Because if you look in the catalog, now again, my catalog I'm showing you is the printed one because it doesn't have a glare, but I kind of mimicked these ornaments right here, and I made my own little version of the nativity, but I made it a little bit bigger and included a little bit more of the manger scene, okay? So this ornament was so fun to make. And so I'm going to show you guys how I made this, and we're going to make it together. So if I don't get through all of my cards, please bear with me, but I wanted to show you guys this. So these are the rings that I got from Amazon. They are the 3-inch rings, and they are basically called 3-inch metal rings, okay? They're meant for macrame dream catcher supplies, but Kim used them as ornaments. And so that is what I used for the ring, okay? Amazon special, as you guys probably know already. And then I used this ribbon. Now this ribbon's part of the online exclusive, but any little fine ribbon will work. But this is the gold and the silver ribbon together. And you can use either one. On this one I used the gold, but on some you could use the silver. You can see I incorporated in some silver ribbon. And the reason why I used the silver ribbon and not the Night of Navy is because I'm keeping the Night of Navy for my club. So I incorporated in different ribbon on this. But this ribbon worked perfectly. And since I have the gold open, I'm going to continue using the gold as we make my sample tonight. Now, bear with me if I don't make the sample perfect, because I found that I needed to kind of have the ornament closer to me to be able to make it and make it nice and straight. So if I make a mess with it or it doesn't turn out the greatest, and follow the process and yours will be a lot better, okay? So this is the gold ring that I used. what I did is I used the deckled circles, and I've used the one that fit inside of the circle a little bit smaller, okay? And you're gonna need 2 of them. And I ran them all through the embossing folder at the same time on different spots. So they're all gonna look a little different, but I felt that it needed a little bit of a background. Now, what we're gonna do is we are going to adhere the little manger scene down with some of the liquid glue first. So for this one, the whole thing didn't fit. It would have been a little too big for the space in there. So I cut off the one part of this, and I just used my paper snips, and I just kind of cut this in circular and kind of got it to kind of just look kind of nice. So we're going to do that with both of them first. And so yes, this is a class that I'm going to be offering where I will be providing a video tutorial on how to put these together, although it's really not that hard at all once you see how I do it. And it'll also include the ribbon, the supplies, the little stars, and the little gold hoops, okay? So those of you who maybe have seen that I posted about this and have been asking about it, I just haven't had a chance to get out there yet and get it scheduled in my Constant Contact as an event, but I will be doing it, okay? So hang tight with me on that. It is forthcoming. And I just used this glue. I literally put this ornament together tonight, and now of course the glue is being stubborn and I don't want to have a big blob come out. So let me see if I can get this out with my little poker here. That might have worked. There we go. Okay. Hate that when it does that. Okay. So anyway, we are going to add a little bit of adhesive to this, and I want this to stick really, really good, which is why I'm using my liquid glue, because this is going to be an ornament and I want it to last for a very long time, right? I don't want this to come up. So I'm going to make sure I hold that down pretty good, get that really good. All right. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this one. So I'm just going to add a little bit more adhesive onto this one. So, and everyone may have put these together a little bit different. Most of you know, Kim goes for easy. If it's not easy, it's not for me. So my way may not have been other people's way, but it worked for me, and it's holding the ornament together perfectly. So hopefully, and if you can always go back and re-glue that down if it needs to be glued down more. All right, then you're going to need a piece of this ribbon. So I'm going to move these out of the way for right now and bring in my gold hoop. So you're going to need a piece of ribbon that kind of comes up, and it's going to loop through here and come back up through here, and you need to have enough space to tie it, okay? So that is kind of how I gauged my ribbon. And then I gave myself an extra inch because I'm a ribbon hog, let's just face it. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to put your ribbon underneath here like this. And you're going to kind of center it in that opening, okay? Then you're going to have your one that faces, has to go underneath this. So let me do it this way, sorry. So you're going to put this down, and you want to just kind of make sure you have that to the top. So you kind of know where that's going to be. And then this is going to go down around it. This is the hardest part. It's just getting it all centered in there and kind of knowing how you're going to do it. Now, what I did, and my hands are gluey and sticky from putting the first one together, I actually put a little bit of adhesive right down the center of this. Not a lot, just a little. And I actually adhered this ribbon right down to the center of this, okay? So we're just going to start with that and glue this down. I'm just going to hold it a little bit and maybe get that to stick pretty good. And I'm going to push it down. But I found it worked a lot better if you had one of them actually glued down first, okay? Then this is going to go here like that. You're going to kind of want to center that. And then this is just going to come up. And I put a glue dot down here on the bottom. It's literally held together with glue dots and my liquid Tombow glue. So let me bring in my Take Your Pick tool and pick up a glue dot. I found that worked much better with my acrylic nails that love glue dots. So again, I'm just going to kind of center this. I'm going to put a glue dot here. And then I'm going to also put one right up there where the center of the circle, or where the bottom of the circle starts, okay? So I'm going to go get another glue dot, and we're going to put one up here as well. All right, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up, like this, glue it down, okay? And now if you want to, you can add another glue dot to the top of that, which is what I'm going to do. Oops, I moved it a little bit. Let me get that back centered. So that's what I mean. You got to kind of hold it and do it at the same time, which you got to kind of just play with a little bit. And that's why sometimes it's easier to have it a little bit closer to you, but that's okay. You guys are bearing with me on this. There we go. There we go. That'll work. And then I'm going to put a glue dot up at the top as well and glue it down at the top. So far, so good, right, everyone? Haven't lost anybody yet, I hope. But glue dots stick to this metal ring phenomenally well, amazingly well. And then we're going to glue that one there like that, okay? And then all I did, and this is why I liked to use this ribbon that was kind of flat, because the cord, I was struggling with the cord a little bit because the cord is more bubbly and you want these to glue together pretty easily, and that ribbon works really well. So then what I did is I used my liquid glue again, and I'm just going to, not a ton, add some more liquid glue to the back of this, and I'm going to adhere it down right on top of this, like that. And I'm just going to push that down really good. And you do gotta kind of have to hold it for a little bit, okay? You do have to hold it for a little bit so that it glues good. Those circles are not gonna line up perfectly because I use the deckled circles, but it doesn't really matter because no one's gonna look at it that closely. They're just gonna be admiring the heck out of this ornament. All right, I'm gonna use one more glue dot. Well, maybe I don't need to, maybe I already did. Okay. So then we're just going to tie this in a knot here, and I did a quick little simple like slip knot, or not a slip knot, a square knot for lack of a better word, to make sure that it would be nice and tight. And I didn't leave myself a whole lot of space on this one side, so I'm hoping I can get it through there on camera. Of course, it's always easier said than done. There we go. So there's your little hanger. And then you can just trim that off, right? And from there, it is simply decorating this little puppy. I mean, literally decorating it. You've seen how simple this was to do. So I'll cut them off again later. But there's your ornament, you guys. Look at that. How beautiful. Then from there, and again, you might want to add, if you need to, you can always add more glue dots to the top and the bottom, but it's just a glue dot holding that in there. Literally, it is just a glue dot. And it covers it up perfectly because the ribbon's nice and wide enough to cover the glue dot. So from there, I added one of my little stars, and I added one of the bigger stars. So I don't need that other glue dot. So let me get this little star off here. Okay, how simple was this? Did you guys think it was going to be harder than this? Thank you, Philomena, because as you guys know, me and 3D projects don't always get along. All right, so you're going to add your little star. And then the last thing I did was I used this ribbon. Now you could also use your Night of Navy ribbon if you really wanted to. Maybe I will on this one, just to kind of give you guys an idea. So if you own the ribbon, or if you want to make these ornaments, those of you that are in my club will have extra ribbon that you have from the club cards. You'd be able to then use this ribbon to make your bow. So let me do that real quick here. So like I said, if you're part of my club, this may or may not be your gift. I always send, that's the other thing, with every single one of my BB monthly clubs, they get a gift of some sort. So this, like I said, may or may not be. I kind of like it better with the silver, to be honest. What do you guys think? All right, let me get it on there, and then you guys can take a vote of what you think is your favorite. Thank you, Shireen. Like I said, it's kind of a case from the catalog, and decided to just give it a try and figure it out. And I'm glad I did. So there you have it, you guys. Which one I think I like the silver one better. Just kind of pops that ornament a little bit more. But there you have it. And on the back side is there as well. So this is where I needed to put the other glue dot. I knew there was one more glue dot that I needed. So it would have been right back here where I needed the other one. So anyway, but there we have it. What do you guys think? Pretty cool, right? Yeah, I like the silver better too. All right, so that is my cute little ornament that I wanted to share with you to begin my presentation with you tonight. And again, it's so easy to do. And yeah, the silver, I agree, everybody. So I hope that you enjoyed that. Again, these are 3-inch rings. Now you can do any different color that you, or any different size you would like. You would just be able to make your circle a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. I know that I've seen demonstrators use 4-inch. I liked the 3-inch. I think they're just going to fit on the tree a little bit nicer. But these are on Amazon. I think it's $10 for like, sorry, $8 for like 10 of them. So a good little gift that you can then make and give to people for the holidays. All right, then, yay! I survived my 3D project, you guys. I'm giving myself a pat on the back. And I think that the silver ribbon has won. I think most of you have preferred the silver, which is awesome. All right, so the first card I'm going to showcase for you tonight, let me bring back in my ribbon and my embellishments. The first card I'm going to share with you tonight is this beauty right here. And I love this one. So I love embossing foil. Do you guys ever do that? It's just so beautiful. So this is the silver foil. And you might be saying, but Kim, that's not in the catalog. It is part of what they call the online exclusives. We can still get the metallic foil. And that is what I used on this card right here. This is the star that I showed you where I used the embossing folder and then ran it through and cut it out. So you get the embossed look and the cutting all in one. All right, so with that, we are going to make this card. And again, if you are interested in this card kit, you have until the 15th of October to sign up for it. If you are already part of my club, you're getting a little sneak peek, guys. All right, so for this, I used the Boho Blue cardstock. And then I have a layer of Night of Navy, followed by a, is that card too big? You may have to cut this down. It is, the cardstock's too big. So let me get my trimmer and cut this down. In the meantime, we're going to work on just doing all of the layering. I just cut the 1/4 of an inch down on the side. Okay, so we're going to work on the layering. So this is a 5 by 3 3/4 on a 5 1/4 by 4. And I can't even blame anybody but me for that. So I designed these cards at one of my events, and I cut my extra set for my Facebook Live, and so Kim did this. All right, there we go. I had that piece back. Okay, so from there, we're going to build this up. Hi, Susie, and welcome. This, I used a piece of the gold foil with a little strip of this beautiful paper from the Shining Brightly Designer Series paper. And so this is just going to get adhered down onto there. And with a little bit of a piece showing. So again, you can see that you got the gold and the silver together. I did wrap some of this Night of Navy ribbon around this piece. You can see it kind of shining underneath there a little bit. So we are going to cut this a little bit bigger. And going to do this like that. Wrap it around like that. Okay. And then this is going to get adhered down to my card. Like, I better answer my husband and tell him that yes, he needs to get our daughter. I need to do that real quick, you guys. Okay. He just messaged me and says, do I need to get Claire? And he probably doesn't even know that I'm live tonight. But yeah, he does need to get Claire. All right. That's a little crooked. You put that down here like this. There we go. Okay, then I'm going to, oh, that didn't adhere. It helps to put adhesive, better adhesive on there. Bear with me, guys. This is gonna go on here like this, all the way across there. There, now it'll stick better. Okay, and then we're gonna put this on with dimensionals. So this is the Wishing You the Best and Brightest Holiday Season, which is one of the sentiments from the stamp set. And there's that die that I told you about that I cut out. So you get that on here in just a minute. that. Will you text him and tell him yes? Here's his number.
Oh, yep.
Sorry guys, I can't answer him because I'm using my phone. Thank you. All right. That's what happens in life, right? Okay. I guess I should have coordinated that better. I'm not used to being live with everybody on Wednesdays. So anyway, Claire is done with dance at 8. And so my husband just messaged me and said, do I need to get Claire? And I was trying to answer him from my phone, from my watch, to no avail. So Wednesday nights is the night that Jen is here sometimes, working in the basement with me on things. So I wrote down his numbers. I didn't know if she had it, to text him back to tell him, yeah, go get our daughter. Anyway, this is how we live, you guys. I'm telling you. And he probably remembered I was live tonight, which is why he's asking. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hear this down there. And then my little star is going to go up here at the top. And that's going to go on with some dimensionals. All right, and I'm just going to put a couple on here like that. And this is going to go on the top. So again, that's that embossing folder that I showed you guys earlier and how you do the little hybrid thing. And the way this one's cut, I could put it out perfectly on top of that one. Look at that. All right, now we're good to go ahead and adhere this down to my card base that is cut the right size. And you can see that at my card, I should have replaced my blade. I remember cutting that and going, oh yeah. But I didn't have any extra blades at my event that I was at, so I just kind of went with it. All right, so this is going to go onto the card base, and then we're going to top this off with some of these amazing little stars. So again, if you are part of my club, you'll be getting a whole pack of these, so you'll have extra to use on many of your other things. And I'm just going to add 3 of them onto my card. So the only thing I had to say about that ribbon, that Night of Navy ribbon, is it leaves gold all over your fingers. I didn't notice that until I was designing with it, and I went, oh my goodness, I have gold everywhere. I've turned into a little gold glitter person. All right, so there you have the first card that's part of my kit. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous card. Love it, how beautiful it turned out. And I like the pairing of the Very Vanilla with it because it just kind of makes it look more elegant and more rich. Okay, so that is card number 1. All right, my next card that we're going to be showcasing, I could not do this bundle without doing a true nativity card because to me, this is what it is all about, right? So this is the nativity one, and I used some of that designer series paper on there. I loved this set paired with the boho blue. I love pairing that Night of Navy with the boho blue. To me, it just looks really, really nice. Isn't this beautiful? I agree. So let me show you how I put this card together. So this is the Night of Navy cardstock. And so that is our card base. I'm just going to put that to the side because we'll come back to that in a minute. Now this card, I did not use any ribbon on it. It didn't need it, you guys, right? It doesn't need ribbon. It's just beautiful on its own. So for this, I used boho blue 5 1/4 by 4. Used a piece of this designer series paper 5 3/4 by, no, 5 by 3 3/4. Oops, let me put it this way. I want the stars to be on the top. So, oh, I think I had it the right way. Sorry. Stars look more normal this way. Okay, and then from there, I just cut out nativity stuff. So this I cut out with the copper clay, and that I adhered down here to that. And that I did use my liquid glue, so I'm going to bring in, thank you, Shelby. I'm going to bring in my liquid glue, and we're going to adhere this down using liquid glue, if I can get it to work again. How does that even happen? There we go. So I'm just going to add some liquid glue onto this. Again, to me, it just works a little bit better. Remember, a little bit of this goes a long way. I'm barely squeezing. That little bit that I have on there is going to stick plenty well. Plenty well. There we go. And then I'm just going to adhere this down to my card like this. You can see that none of that glue is sticking around, coming out, I mean. That's how you know you didn't use too much. All right, then I have my nativity. This is the complete die from that, okay? And it fits all in there. So I'm going to add this with some liquid glue as well. And this I made it in black so that it would really show up as a silhouette against that night of navy. All right. So this is just going to fit in here nicely. And I'm putting it right inside the nativity. Or the manger, I should say. All right. And then I have my little horsey. Or donkey, it's a donkey, sorry, that I did put on with some dimensionals just to add a little bit of depth to this. And so if you have mini dimensionals, you may want to use those. If not, you can always use the edges with like I use of my dimensionals. I don't waste anything, I use them all. So this is going to go on here like this. All right, my Joy and Peace sentiment is also from the stamp set. On Very Vanilla, I cut the two ends at an angle, and that's going to get put right up in there in the middle. So I'm going to put one here and one there. And that's going to go right here in the middle. And then for my star, I used one of the dies from the Stars, what is it called? The Star Bright, Stars at Night. And that's going to go right on the very top. Okay, so after I did this, I was like, oh, it still needs a little something else. What else can I do to this card to just pop it a little bit more? And what I decided to do was to add one of the little stars down here to the little manger where baby Jesus is. Just to kind of bring attention to that a little bit. So we're just going to take that off here. Stick it on there. Oops, and this didn't glue down the best. I don't think I added enough glue under there. Let me add a little bit more glue. There we go. Okay, and then this is going to get put down to my Night of Navy cardstock. Now this would have also looked really nice on a black piece of cardstock as well. But I chose to use the Night of Navy. So you can always kind of mix and match and pick your battle on what you want it to be. And then I would put, I don't have it here, so I didn't cut inserts, but I would do an insert on the inside of this of the Very Vanilla. But look how beautiful that card is too. Isn't that gorgeous? All right. So my next card, I'm telling you guys, these are some of my ultimate favorites. My next card is this one right here. So when you get the designer series paper, you know, you always get all these different patterns as well. And so I needed to come up with a card that used some of the color of the colors of the copper clay and things, because I didn't want to not use all of those colors. Okay, so this is what I used and did for the copper clay, and again I used the black sentiment or the black silhouette. And this, I know this is ripped, but it doesn't really matter because all I'm going to do is cut out the Mary, Joseph, and the baby. Okay, that's all I want on this die. So you can use the other pieces and keep them for something different. But all I need on this one, and again, I'm just going to cut this out a little bit and circle around the her little outfit there. Oops, this has to come out of the middle. And this is the only thing I used on this card. Okay, so for this one, I used copper clay for the card base. And thank you, everyone. I'm glad you like my cards. Like I said, this is the kit for the month of October. It will ship the end of October, so you have the whole month of November to get your cards done. It also does come with a tutorial with instructions. So if you decide that you want to make additional cards, you'd have all the measurements and all of the information about how to put it together and how to cut it and everything, okay? So for this one, I'm going to put this little piece of designer series paper at the top that is cut. So the black is 5 1/4 by 4. Thank you, Carol. And this piece is cut to 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. And so I have the 2 pieces of designer series paper here. And then I'm going to wrap that navy ribbon. So you might be thinking, oh my gosh, you used navy ribbon, but there's nothing navy on it. Doesn't it almost make it look black though? So I did. I used Night of Navy ribbon on this card because that is the ribbon that is going to be included with my monthly kit. So again, you're going to get a whole bolt of this ribbon and a whole package of those stars. And once I added the ribbon down here, I debated about it. I was thinking about maybe adding just like a black piece of cardstock, but I'm like, it really makes this look black. And I love the little bit of bling that it adds to that as well. Okay, so we went ahead and I used the Night of Navy ribbon on this. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive right where it meets here, the two pieces of Designer Series paper. And we're going to wrap that around here like that, okay? And then this is going to get adhered down to my copper clay card base. So that's going to get adhered down there. And then I layered this 3 different, I really embraced the gold on these because to me, that's what makes this so gosh darn beautiful. So I used a piece of, I believe this is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 basic black cardstock, 2 by 2 of the gold foil, and then a piece of the Very Vanilla, that's 1/4 inch smaller, and I embossed this with that embossing folder. You can see it just gave it a little bit of texture and then a little bit more, I don't know, I love the embossing folders for doing that as well. So then we're just going to adhere these 3 together. And I may go over a little bit tonight. I know that I try to end my Facebook Lives in an hour, but this one's just too beautiful and I want to make all of my cards. So if any of you do have to go and leave a little early tonight, you can always come back and watch the replay, but I am not going to rush myself tonight. I'm going to actually do that. So Marsha, the DSP on this is all part of the Oh Holy Night Designer Series paper. So it is part of the paper that I showed at the very beginning. It is just on the back sides of some of these. So let me show you here. I'm going to bring it back in so you guys can see it. I don't want that stickiness on it. It's these 2 pieces right here. So I used this one right here and this one. So it's the back side of a bunch of the ones that have the blue and things on it. So again, just getting a little bit creative with it. From there, we are going to adhere this to the kind of top using some dimensionals. So I'm going to put a dimensional on the 4 corners. And you can see I added the paper with the kind of rainbow looking going like a rainbow. This one I went up on it. So it'll give it a little bit of a different look. And so I'm just going to adhere those down to my card. That liquid glue is starting to really stick to me. So if you see me lifting everything up with me, that is why. It's kind of hard to not get a little bit on your fingers sometimes, I've noticed. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and add the little nativity that I cut out, just the Mary, Joseph, and the baby. And I'm going to add some glue to this and adhere this down. So like I said, you can also use our, as Courtney likes to remind us, because I don't use them on my lives a lot because it's a little bit harder to do, but our adhesive sheets would work well with these dies as well. So when she's watching replay later, she'll get a chuckle out of that because I like to always bring that up. All right, and then I have my little star, my gold star, part of those dies. That's going to go up here using a dimensional. Now that would be a good one for a mini dimensional. I'm just going to cut a little piece off of my side here. And I'm going to put that on there like that. And that's going to come up here like that. And then I have the Merry Christmas sentiment. Again, I used the same sentiment from the same stamp set. And I have that down here on the bottom, put it on with some dimensionals. I stamped it with the Memento black ink, and I did that in advance just to save a little bit of time tonight. And let me get the dimensional backings out of here. And then the final thing is I added some of those beautiful stars to the 2 ends of this sentiment to kind of pop it out a little bit. Again, bringing in that beautiful gold. So I put one, they're kind of at a little bit of an angle. So I put one here and I put one here. And there you have that card. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay. And again, you can always put a Very Vanilla in the inside. Thank you, Carol. I had to get kind of creative with that paper because I needed to use it all, and I really like how that came out. Okay, this next card uses the Shining Brightly Designer Series paper pretty heavily. You can see here I've used it in the back for this piece right here, and it's also used right here. I wanted to incorporate this stamp set at least once. It is a really big stamp set. The sentiments are amazing, but you have to kind of get creative in how you use it. So I chose to use this one right here, and I wanted to still make it kind of pop. And so I used a bunch of that Designer Series paper. So for this one, Again, I use the Night of Navy. So a lot of Night of Navy cardstock has been purchased for the cutting of these cards. And then I have, oh, but I'm missing a gold foil. So I may not actually put all this one together, which is okay. But you're going to see what I did. So this is a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of the designer series paper. And this might be a little bit different pattern for everybody. It'll be the very vanilla, but I use it all because you guys know how Stampin' Up! Does that, and I don't want to waste the designer series paper. And then I have a piece of this one right here with a gold foil sheet behind it. So I'm not going to actually adhere that one down because I must have forgotten to cut my gold foil. But it has a gold foil on there. You guys are going to get the gist of this, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. And I forgot to stamp this one too. So that one is stamped then in Night of Navy with that awesome sentiment right there. And I wrapped the ribbon around it, and it's literally just adhered onto my piece of the Night of Navy cardstock. I must have gotten lazy on this one, you guys. And then I have the little star up here on the very, very top. Okay, so those are all of my cards for tonight. Now let me bring them back in, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit again about my club for any of you that might be interested in giving this a try. It's $38.50 a month. It does include the shipping. You will get all of these cards. You get 2 supplies to make 2 of each one. So you will make 8 cards for $38.50, and you also will get $20 in product. About $20. So the things that you're going to be getting is a bolt of this beautiful ribbon right here that I was able to secure before it went on back order, and a package of these stars, which I was also able to secure before they went out this last time. Okay, so you will get those with your kit. You also get a 3D project of some sort that I do for you. And like I said, this may or may not be your cute little project that you're going to be getting this month, but it's this beautiful little ornament. Now, if you joined me a little bit late, make sure you go back and watch the beginning of my Facebook Live. I do show you exactly how to make this fun little ornament, and who wouldn't love to receive that to put on their tree? Isn't that just gorgeous? So you do have until the 15th of the month to sign up. My kits always ship by the end of the month, and I take all kinds of different payment on it. But it's a great way for you to be able to design some cards. I also then email out the PDF tutorial. Usually the kit goes out on a Thursday, and I email my tutorial out over the weekend. So you'll have all the measurements and all the list of supplies that I used. So if you wanted to create additional cards, you would be able to do that. All right, so thank you guys all so very much for joining me tonight. I'm glad that you loved my cards. I'm glad that you follow me, watch me, appreciate it. And again, I hope that all of you in my club enjoy your what may or may not be your gift this month. You saw how quick and easy that was to put together. So I'm excited that that's going to be, oh, I should have put a star on the other side too. I didn't think about that. So I did put a star on both sides of my, I should have on my sample. On the other ones I did, that's what I did. And then they're just glued together with that adhesive. And they don't really turn. I mean, you can see here, it does move a little, but it doesn't turn. That glue dot is amazing, simply amazing. All right, thank you all so very much. And again, thanks for joining me on my a night early so that I can attend the 4-H Awards banquet tomorrow night. As I mentioned, my daughter Claire is going to be getting an award either for her swine project, she takes pigs to the fair, or for her poultry project. She also took chickens. And I will be the first to say that if she gets the Chicken County Medal, she has earned it. That girl worked so hard with her chicken project this year that I'm hoping that somebody noticed that. That's why she was nominated for it. But we know she's getting one of them. We just don't know which one. So I'll make sure I let you guys know. But that is tomorrow night at 6:30, and I need to be there for that. And we didn't even know that she was nominated for it until about a week ago. And so I should say that we knew that she was nominated. We didn't know that she was chosen until about a week ago. So we definitely want to be there for that. So thank you guys for joining me a night early. If you are watching on the replay on our normal Thursday, I'm sorry that you missed me live, but I'll be back with you all next week for another presentation showcasing some products again for the holidays. All right, have a great evening, everyone. Again, if you're interested in this, let me know and I'll get you the link to sign up. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye, everyone.